A new study by the University of Oxford and the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Health has come out with a new study. Like, they've collected data from the World Health Organization, and their collection of data shows that the recession of 2008, the global collapse of capitalism, has caused, or it has led to, about 10,000 deaths, primarily in the first world. Like, the hardships that have been brought on as a result of the collapse of the global economy has led to the deaths of at least 10,000 people. This covered people in Canada, the US, the UK, and about 24 European Union countries. The suicide rate increased from 4.8% in the US between 2007 and 2010. In the EU, the rate rose by 6.5% in 2009 and stayed at that level. Three factors the study found to be the biggest risk factors were job loss, home repossession, and debt. There's been a substantial rise in suicides during the recession, greater than we would have anticipated based on previous trends. It also warns that 10,000 is a conservative estimate. Co-author of the study, David Stuckler, warns that these 10,000 deaths are merely the tip of the iceberg and don't include all of the suicides that could have been caused because of this. Not only that, it doesn't cover all the things like depression, mental health issues that have appeared as a result of it. It doesn't include antagonisms that have happened in people's families as a result of this. So this is really just the tip of the iceberg, and the true human cost of the recession may fully never be known, and probably won't be known, because we can't really get down to every single little detail about what this recession has caused on people. Let's take this into account. Where is the suffering of the capitalist class through this? I mean, we all know that economic recession is like anything else. It rolls downhill. Those on the top of the economic order will suffer the least. And I think that's a very telling of the people who support capitalism as a system as the best way to do everything. This will create the most freedom, blah, blah, blah. Look what happens when recession happens. Who bears the brunt of that? Is it the capitalists, the people with power in society? No. It's the regular, everyday working people who suffer as a result of that. Now think about that the next time you want to go and claim that there's nothing wrong with our capitalist masters. There's nothing wrong with trickle-down economics, which, by the way, it's getting kind of dry in here. We're still waiting for that trickle-down effect. And now consider this. If this is considered a lot of people have died, and this is suffering from people in the first world. Imagine how bad it's been for people in the third world. How many of them have lost entire lives? I mean, not just suicides, but had like entire villages destroyed, like their economies wiped out. How many people have gone hungry? How many people have starved to death because of this? We do know globally, hunger affects almost 900 million people. Think about that. Almost 1 billion people. That kind of suffering is pretty much all in the third world. When we go through a crisis, we lose our jobs. We get angry. We get depressed and end up committing suicide. But the amount of suffering the global poor feel as a result of recession leads to food riots. And there is a definite link between social unrest and food prices. And once again, it's the global poor who face the brunt of that. Well, we can complain, oh, it's a couple dollars more for a steak, or salad's gotten more, or our basic staples have gotten a little bit more expensive. For them, it's a matter of life and death. We'll still be okay. We'll still be comfortable. We'll just have to eat a little less. They get death, and that's the part of the global impact of the economic recession that we're not seeing. This study focuses primarily on the suffering of people in the first world, but I'm sure if they went and looked at the impact on the third world, they would find it's tremendously worse. Interesting news coming out of India. Apparently, 200 workers took revenge against their boss, the CEO of the company they were working for, over a dispute about the number of hours that they were working. Supposedly, according to the story, 200